and strive in the way of your Lord, the way He is deserving to be strived for. He has chosen you. هو اجتباكم. And this is the point that I'm going to talk about here. We talked about the team. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I have chosen you to strive in my way. If Allah has chosen me and you and all of us, are we going to turn our back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then on top of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَجٍ. He is not going to make this religion restrictive on you. He's not going to ask you for anything more than what you can do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, يُكَلِّفُ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وَسْعَهَا. Allah does not put a burden on a person that that person cannot bear. But what we are doing is doing nothing. I have a friend here who's not a believer. She has, on her license plate, she has these words that I see every day. It says, silence is the sign of complicity. We can't even be silent. There are too many things out there that are going wrong. The whole world is at stake here. The whole environment is at stake. Our future of this planet is at stake. I cannot finish this khutbah without talking about what happened to the masjid. As you all know, last Sunday, the building that we houses our mosque caught fire. There was so much damage that night. I got a call and I went there to look. I have to tell you, the first thing that came in my mind is this arson. Is somebody actually attacking the mosque in Santa Barbara? I couldn't find that answer at that time. I couldn't find it because it was too dangerous. There were 12 fire stations there, and I stayed there until about 1 o'clock, and I didn't. They were still fighting the fire, so I left. Before I left, I was worried. I was anxious. I didn't know what to say, so I started calling my beloved ones and my dear friends. And I texted brother Marty here. I called my daughter in Malaysia at that time because it's time, and I said the mosque is on fire. I don't know what's going on. She can tell that I was upset. In the morning, the second morning, my son-in-law called. My son-in-law is another draftee. He said, "What happened?" And I said, "This is what happened." He said, "Did you lose the masjid?" I said, "Yes, we lost it. We need to move." He said, "Are you going to be able to afford this?" And he said, I told him we'll find a way. He said, we need to raise some money. We need to start something. We need to ask the people for donation. And I said, no. You see, I come from a very proud background. We don't ask people for help. We want to do things ourselves. So I said, no, I have to talk to the board. Okay? So I'm thinking about this, and I'm going back home, and then all of a sudden, I have my email connected to my phone. I hear beep, and I look at it, and it says, "Congratulations, Zakaria something have donated $10 to the building." What? How did this happen? I didn't put this up. I didn't authorize putting this up. The board didn't talk about it yet. So I picked up the phone, I told Brother Jamal, I said, "Brother Jamal, our chairman," I said, "I don't know what happened. I was talking to my son-in-law, and he said, and I said, I'll talk to the board," and all of a sudden, and as I'm talking to him, beep, 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 beep. 20 donations came in before I put down the phone with Brother Jamal. Let's talk about Are we going just to talk the talk? Are we going to walk the walk? This shames me. This shames me as a Muslim, because out there are people of goodwill that we don't know. People of goodwill that I don't think I've ever met. That the Muslims didn't know about this yet, and the things started coming in. It was coming in at the rate of $1,000 an hour. By the next morning, there was almost $30,000. We had a meeting, an emergency meeting that evening with some of the brothers, and what are we going to do? By the time I reached the meeting, this has happened at like at 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time I reached the meeting at 6 o'clock, there was $15,000 in the collection box. The story doesn't end there. The next day, I went with Brother Yama and Brother Marty here to see if we can take out some things to see what happened to the damage and possibly film the thing. And when I'm there, you see, I got used to my phone. It just goes beep, 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 beep. And all of a sudden, I was sitting there for about 2 hours. The phone did not beep. From about 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, there were no beeps. There was nothing. There was no more donations happening. I said, oh, the people have stopped. This thing has died off, you know? So I go home, I get out from the mosque, and so I call my son-in-law and I said, oh, this is finished. He said, you didn't hear what happened? I said, no, I didn't hear what happened. What happened? He said, this morning in St. Louis, a synagogue, a cemetery, a Jewish cemetery was desecrated. Some people came and broke the headstones. So the people who have this thing, it's called Launch Good Day, where they raise money for good causes. They had to put this thing up that we're going, the Muslims unite with the Jews to rebuild cemetery. They got so many hits. By hits, I mean people who want to donate, that it actually crashed the site. This is how many people of goodwill we have. He said, okay, they're going to repair it, inshallah. And then I said, what's going on? He said, basically, I wanted $20,000, and within those 3 hours, they have raised the 20. They met the goal in 3 hours. The Muslims moved to answer the call. Because we are brothers and sisters in humanities, and what hurts me hurts you. And what benefits me benefits you. So I said, okay, this is good, this is great, you know. Alhamdulillah. As I'm driving, my phone beeps. I open up and there is an email from Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen is the rabbi of the local videographer. And in it says, number 1, we are here to help. Anything you need, number 1, financial, number 2, manpower, number 3, storage, number 4, place for you to do your worship. So I answered him and I said, Jazakallah khair, we're still under lots of pressure here, we will get back to you. And then I click off. This cemetery that was desecrated is located somewhere near St. Louis, Missouri. Then my phone goes beep, and I look at it. And it says, congratulations. $10 donation from Rachel. You see, what I did tell you before is these people who did these websites, they give you some information, but they don't give you all the information. They give you only the name and the contact number and the location. Rachel was from St. Louis. She doesn't know us. But people of good reciprocate good. She probably is related to this cemetery. She saw what the Muslims are doing. She answered the call. I put down the phone, and the whole day I was there. I was with my family. The stress in my face, and I'm feeling angry. And I went up home, and there was my daughter. She said, "You happy?" And I said, "We have an expression in Arabic. This world still has to be, but it will not continue, dear brothers and sisters, to have good unless we work hard to make sure that this good continues to happen. We people of goodwill cannot allow mosques to be burned. We cannot allow people to be threatened with assassination. We cannot allow, and we shall not allow, synagogues or cemeteries or immigrants to lose any of their rights, because this is what Islam is." عباد الله إن الله أمركم بأمر بدأ فيه بنفسه واثنى فيه بملائكته فقال عز من قائل إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا وسلموا عليه تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على عبدك ورسولك محمد وارض اللهم عن الأربعة الخلفاء الأئمة الحنفاء أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر أصحاب رسولنا الكريم وعن من تبعهم إلى إحسان إلى يوم الدين وعنا معهم بعفوك وكرمك وجودك وإحسانك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم احم حوزة الدين، اللهم اغفر لنا في مقامنا هذا أجمعين، اللهم واجعل تجمعنا هذا تجمعا مرحوما، واجعل تفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما، ولا تجعل فينا ولا منا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، اللهم تب علينا، اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه واغفر لنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Oh Allah, bless all those of us who are sitting here in this gathering. Forgive us all, guide us all to what is right, and give us the strength to do what you have guided us to. Guide us to know what is wrong and give us the strength to stop it from happening before it happens, and give us the patience if it happens.